Well, I just had to pull off and check the hitch because we hit like one of those whoop-de-doo things, and it felt like the hitch, the trailer hitch, came right up off the ball. It felt like that. It just came up and went back down, and so I needed to check and make sure I have that vampire teeth thing fitting in the way it's supposed to. Which I do. So, and it has a little thing that comes underneath the ball and holds the hitch, the trailer hitch, securely to the ball. So that's okay. But in that whoop-de-doo, the bracket that holds the stabilizer bar got bent back. So yeah. So really kind of a mess here. Anyway, with the stabilizer bars absent, I don't want to be driving next to the big trucks and have them come up, because when they come up, then they cause a sway. They cause everything to sway. So I don't want to be driving next to them, and which is what I'm going to have on the interstate. So we'll just be cruising along here about 40 miles an hour, taking bumps and everything as easy as we can, so that we don't drag any more stabilizer feed or the hitch, the hitch jack. Don't want to be dragging that, bending that. So anyway, getting to Texas isn't going to happen too soon, that's for sure. Because I don't know that I'll find anything along the way that's open on a Sunday, that, a dealership or anything that can get me in and do anything with this. That's the problem. There's probably dealerships open today, but none of them that I can get into and have them adjust my hitch. I mean, I had to schedule the appointment for Bish's 2 days ahead, so yeah. So anyway, we're here in a little town in Colorado. Not sure what it is, but yeah. So the adventure continues. So this little town is called Rangeley, Colorado, and their sign said, "Welcome to Rangeley, way outside the ordinary." So I'm not sure what that means, but I don't know. It's a quaint little town. Well, we're starting to get into some hilly parts of Colorado here, and we're just going to enjoy the scenery. Well, the vegetation down in here is pretty lush. The White River runs through here, and back up that way is a little bit. There was like a little lake thing, a little bit of a recreation area. So it seems to me there's lots of places in here to boondock. Lots of recreation sites, those kinds of things, which when they're labeled like that, or at least I think, when they're labeled like that, recreation area, that kind of stuff, that kind of brings it under the Bureau of Land Management. And so I've seen lots of trailers as we've gone along here, just off in those recreation areas, and some of them look like they've been there a while. So anyway, it's just very lush and green through here. I'm not sure what the elevation is. We're about 15 miles outside of Meeker, which will be a gas and food stop and a potty stop and all that stuff for us when we get there. So yeah, it's just really pretty and lots of foliage through here. We haven't eaten all day, so we had some string cheese. And since the recommendation is to not string the cheese for dogs to eat, I bit off a bunch of chunks for her. We're at a rest area. She's already gone potty, and after I give her something to eat, I'm gonna jump out and go use the potty myself. We share really good. Well, I don't know how many of you actually watched all the way through to the warning that I gave on the road to Landers. About once I left Casper until I got to Landers, there were no gas stations. Well, I'm finding the same thing here going through the mountains of Colorado. Last gas station I saw was when I left Vernal, at least on the route. There may be gas stations that are off my route, but nothing that is where I can just pull off, get gas, and pull back on. There's been nothing so far. So yeah, so this is another place that when you see gas, get it, because you don't know when you'll see it again. Hopefully this is a relatively big enough town that we're coming into that I will be able to get some gas while we're here. Okay, so we did have gas. So that's the good news. We had gas. We were able to get some. And I'm not sure what the name of this town is. It probably, well, it's not Meeker because we already did something else before or around Meeker. I'm not sure what the name of this town is. I don't know. White River runs through it because they have a White River Avenue. So anyway, I'm not sure what the name of this town is, but they had a Maverick. And the gas was cheaper here for the grade I need than it was in Vernal, so that's good news. But we're all filled up and ready to go the next, I don't know, 100 and some miles. So Gun Barrel? Is it Gun Barrel, Colorado? Because I just saw a sign for Gun Barrel Plaza. So maybe it's Gun Barrel, Colorado. I don't know. But anyway, we have to go right here to stay on the highway. Okay.
Turn left on US 6.
Okay. Yeah, it must be Gun Barrel because everything in here is named rifle or shotgun or something. So, these people wanting to get around me because they're in a fucking hurry. Anyway, we're heading to the next highway. There is some really interesting, pretty landscape around here.
In 3/4 of a mile, turn left on US 6.
And it's just really pretty. Over on the hillside over there, you can see we're partway up. It's just been planted and houses built up there. Really interesting over on the right. So. Yeah, so I've been leaving the camera on to record the scenery but no sound, and then when I go through I will look at the video footage and see if there's anything, you know, pretty interesting or anything like that that I want to post, and then I can do voiceover for it. So I figured that much out. So anyway, I'll check in with you later. Okay, well, we are in Rifle County. That was Gun Barrel City. So, or at least I think it was. I think that's the sign I saw. But it was a pretty big town. We came on around the highway after I got gas on the part of town where we came in. And it just kept going around, and there was more gas and fast food and all kinds of stuff in there. So I don't know, Gunnison, Gun Barrel, I don't know. Anyway, I don't know, Rifle maybe even, I don't know. But anyway, it was a pretty big town. Turned out to be a pretty big town. We got caught in one of those roundabouts. I hate those things. Those are national hazards, I think. Got caught in that in the wrong lane, and we couldn't get over, and then where I had to pull off to turn around, it was a huge dip, and so we drug, and it was a mess. But anyway, we are on Interstate 70 now, heading towards Denver. We're just going to go on over to Denver and just stick to the interstates from here. I don't know that going up another 7,000 feet from here or 5,000 feet from here and then back down is something that I necessarily want to do, especially without the weight distribution with the sway bars and that kind of stuff. So that clamp on the driver's side for that sway bar on this side is bent almost all the way back now. So I don't know, at this rate I may end up getting the hitch replaced too, because that is going to put some kind of hellacious dent in there or something from where it keeps dragging. So anyway, we're just going to stick to the interstates from here on out until we get to Wallensburg, and then from there we'll pick up a U.S. highway in New Mexico that we will take straight down into Medina Lake, 85 or 84 or one of those ones that runs down from New Mexico into Texas. So that's the game plan from here, and we'll just stick to the interstate. Even though the big trucks come along, we'll just slow down when they do so that we don't have too much wobble or too much fishtailing. That's the word I'm looking for. So we don't have too much of that going on with the trailer. The interesting thing is you can begin when it feels to start, because it makes the steering different when the trailer is beginning to fishtail. So that's pretty interesting anyway. So I am going to stop recording for now, because there isn't a whole lot to talk about between here and Denver, I don't think. I really don't want to be going through Denver, but what else can you do, right? Maybe there's a bypass where I don't have to go into downtown and catch 25 that way. Maybe there's another way I could do it. I have the map up on my RV Garmin, so we'll see where it takes me and what we can do from there. So anyway, that's all for now. We are on Interstate 80 heading towards Denver, and these are real mountains
compared to all the other stuff that I've driven through so far. These are real mountains. The rest of them have been hills, tall hills, little mountains, but we're getting into the heart of the Rockies here.
Well, we are going through Edwards, Colorado right now, which evidently is a pretty big ski area because there's all kinds of scenic overlooks and all kinds of warnings for trucks to have to carry chains, all of those things. So this must be a pretty big ski area like Vail and Steamboat Springs, because we just passed the exit to Steamboat Springs. So yeah, so Edwards, Colorado. It's really pretty in here. Well, we are in Vail now. So, ski capital, famous people capital of Colorado. Yeah, it's pretty here. Growing up with lots of trees. Well, we just got off 70 at Copper Mountain, and it looks like I'm going to go through Leadville after all. I changed the routing back from where the other exit for Leadville was. I changed it to stay on I-70 and just put in the final destination where we're headed, and it's taking me through Leadville anyway. So we'll see what's up with this. Hopefully there's gas. Oh, Leadville's only 24 miles away. Okay, and Buena Vista on the other side of that is on the downhill slope. Okay, so this is going to be easier. Okay, all right, we'll check in with you later.